you to the classes of Pharmaceutical Analysis 1. Today we will study the conductometric titrations or conductometry. Conductometry is a branch of pharmaceutical analysis in which we measure the electric current according to the changes in potential or electrode potential or changes in voltage, and that particular changes in voltage comply to the changes in the concentration of the analyte or the concentration of our test solution. Okay. So, shall we start our topic conductometric titration. Conductometry or conductometric titration means measuring conductivity of a ionic solution or the test solution or the analytical solution under study. जो भी हमारा analytical या test solution है, that solution in which we need to determine the concentration of analyte or determine the concentration of ions. We measure the conductivity of that particular solution with the help of conductivity measurements or conductivity titration. From that, from the measurement of that particular conduction, we measure the changes in electrode potential, which is directly related to the changes in diffusion current or the current being generated over there. Thus, how we do that, let us study in detail. Conductivity means measuring the conductivity of ionic solutions or our analytical solutions or the solutions under study caused by mobility of ions towards their respective electrodes. When ions move, when the mobility of ions happen, the charges move to the oppositely charged electrodes and they generate a voltage and thus a current. That current is to be measured, which comply or which directly relates to the electrode potential or the voltage generated over there. The voltage generated over there directly relates to the concentration of ions or analytical solution or number of ions or number of charges of analyte which is present in the given solution or sample solution, which is our test solution. Thus, how we do that? It is caused by mobility of ions toward respective electrodes in presence of a electric field. When we apply an electric field to electrolytic solution which has the analyte which is to be determined, there generates electric current in between and the charges starts moving up towards their respective electrodes and they generate a current, they generate electrode potential and thus generate a current according to the conduction or mobility of ions. More the conduction, more the electrode potential generated and more the current. So, that is why according to this relationship, the principle behind the conductivity is the concentration or mobility or conduction of charged ions or charged analyte particles or analytical ions are directly related to the voltage generated and the current generated. Okay. We will use this principle to ascertain and measure all the concentrations of given analytical solution. So, conductometry is measured by conductometer, Wheatstone bridge and a conductivity cell. There are three basic components, there are three important components of a conductometry or conductometric measurements: conductivity cell, Wheatstone bridge and conductometer, which can give us the reading of how much current or how much voltage is being generated upon how much of analytical ions or charges or number of ions, number of charged particles present in our analytical solution. First of all, to know the conductometry measurements or conductivity titration, we should know Ohm's law. As we all studied in our school education also, Ohm's law, we all of us have studied already the Ohm's law. What do you mean by Ohm's law? What is Ohm's law? Ohm's law says that when an analytical solution is given an electric current, is given an electric field, is kept under an electric field, an electric current is generated over there, which is directly proportional to the generated voltage or difference between the electrode potential of two electrodes or generated electrode potential or voltage of the conductivity cell, which is directly proportional to the concentration of analytes or concentration of charged ions in the analytic solution. So, we will use this Ohm's law or Ohm's principle towards the determination of our conductometric titration. What does the Ohm's law mean or Ohm's law imply? Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law is a relationship between the current generated and the voltage and the number of which depends again on the number of analytical ions or the number of charges inside the electrolytic solution in which the electrode are being dipped up. So, Ohm's law, what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law says that when an electrolytic solution is exposed in an electric field, is kept in an electric field, the generated diffuse current or generated current inside that electric field is directly related to the voltage generated across the electrodes, which is directly proportional to the conductance of charges or conductance of ions, charged ions or charged particles of the analytical solution, which is to be determined, or analytical solution or test solution under study. According to Ohm's law, this generated current, which is denoted by I, which is current in amperes, is directly related to the potential difference or voltage generated in the conductivity cell and is inversely proportional to the resistance generated or the resistance which is inside the conductivity cell. So, thus simply what is Ohm's law? What does it mean? The magnitude of conductance in this conductometry titration is based on Ohm's law, is measured according to Ohm's law, which states I, which is conductivity, I, which is the current in amperes. This is our Ohm's law, which says I is equal to V divided by R, V oblique R, where I is the current generated in amperes, V is the potential difference, or we can say voltage, and R is the resistance in ohms. Thus, we can say the current in amperes I is directly proportional to voltage or potential difference which is being generated. More the voltage, more the conductance of ions inside the solution, more will be the current generated in amperes, and which is inversely proportional to resistance and directly proportional to voltage or conductance. Thus, moving ahead, what are conductometric titration? What are the things, what are the contents which it includes? Conductometric titration, first of all we studied Ohm's law, then how conductivity measures, conductivity titrations or measurements are being done or conductivity titrations are being conducted, factors affecting conductivity, then conductometric titration, types of conductometric titration, advantages and application of conductometric titration or conductometry. First of all, what is conductometry measurement? As we all have seen earlier a few seconds back, what is conductometry measurements? It is simply a measurement or simply a titration in which it measures the current in amperes that is proportional or that is directly related to the voltage generated or electrode potential generated in a conductivity cell, which is again related to the number of charge ions or number of analytical ions present in our test solution or the solution of sample which is under study. Got it? Then the first of all, what are the components of a conductivity cell? What is a conductivity cell? Conductivity cell comprises of electrodes, two electrodes which are being dipped up in a primary standard solution. Conductivity cell, if we are doing conductivity measurement or conductivity titration, first of all we should avoid any temperature change or any fluctuation in the temperature during the determination, so that we can achieve accurate results. This is the assembly of conductometric titration. We all can see this is the burette from which titrant is being added up. From this burette, titrant is being added up. In this beaker, we have standard solution. In this beaker, we have a standard solution, primary standard solution, the electrolytic solution which is to be determined. This is the titrant which is being added up. These are the two electrodes, and this is the instrument which measures the current generated in amperes. Fine. So, this is the total assembly of conductivity cell having electrodes. There are two parallel platinized electrode. Platinized electrodes may include platinum foil or a electroplated platinum or a platinum film also. These things increases the surface area of electrodes. These are the positive things which a platinum film or platinized electrode or electroplating will increase the surface area of electrodes. That is why we use this method. Then second one is the primary standard solution. For example, for a standard solution we can take KCl solution at room temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, which should contain a standard amount, that is 7.419 gram of KCl in 1000 ml of solution. Then comes the important part of this slide, that is on this of this conductivity measurements, that is Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge, what is a Wheatstone bridge? Wheatstone bridge is an electrical circuit, as we all studied in our school education in 11th 12th. All the students might have studied it very well. What is a Wheatstone bridge? Wheatstone bridge is an electrical circuit which is used to measure a unknown value, unknown resistance, electrical resistance by balancing two arms of a bridge circuit, out of which one arm is the unknown component and other arm is a known component. We apply the formula there, and thus after the calculation we can know the unknown component or unknown resistance value of the bridge of the Wheatstone circuit. The primary advantage of the circuit is, the primary important advantage or value of the circuit is that it provides very accurate and extremely precise measurements, extremely accurate and good results. So, what is Wheatstone bridge? We can see, as you all can see, this is the galvanometer. We can denote as G also, it is being denoted as G also. Okay. Then this is the known resistance, this is the unknown component, and these both are known resistance and this is the variable one. This is the current which is being denoted by I. This arrow indicates the flow of current in this direction. Okay. So, this is the total Wheatstone bridge which is connected over in this instrument and which measures the current generated in amperes. So, which measures the current generated in amperes. So, this was all about what is conductivity measurements, what do you mean by conductivity measurements, that is the summary of conductivity, titration, conductometry, what are the components of conductometry, what are the parts, what are the instrumentation of conductivity cell, how does it work. Now, let us study conductometric titration in detail. Conductometric titration, as now we have got a clear idea about what is a conductometry or conductometric titration, what does it include, how can we do it, then we shall study it in detail now. Conductometric titration is a volumetric method based on the measurement of conductance of solution during the titration. It is a titration or volumetric titration method which is based on measurement of conductance by the measurement of voltage generated in between the electrodes or electropotential generated in between the electrodes, that generates a current which is denoted by I in amperes. That current generated will give you the result, will give you the conductance of the conductivity cell, which in turn is related to the number of charges or number of ions. More the number of ions, more the number of charged ions inside the electrolytic solution, more the conductance, as all of us know. Then that is why conductance, as the conductance changes, the electrode potential changes. That as the electrode potential changes, V or voltage changes, which again changes our generated current. As by this formula, Ohm's law, we can see that very well. If this component V changes, then I will also definitely change. So, thus measuring I, that is current in amperes, will measure V voltage or electrode potential, which is again dependent upon the conductance, okay, or number of charged ions in the solution of analyte, or the analyte solution or test solution, which is to be determined. Thus, conductivity titration is a volumetric method based on measurement of conductance of solution during the titration. During the course of titration, we need to measure the electrode potential and the current generated, which is directly related to the conductance, and conductance is directly related to the number of charged particles inside the particular analytical solution. This is the main fundamental, or this is the main principle behind all the conductometric titration. The determination of endpoint of such titration by means of conductometric titration can be easily done. In this diagram, in this video, you can see very well that amount of titrant is being added up from there. Then this is the volume of titrant which is being added up, and this is the current generated this is the volume of titrant, or this is, you can plot it against electrode potential or conductance also. So, you can see here you will get a sigmoid shape graph. Then types of conductometric titration. This was all about conductometric titration. Then types of conductometric titration. Types of conductometric titration may include all the types of titration, all the volumetric titrations which are a part of pharmaceutical analysis comes under this category and can be easily estimated and determined very well with the help of conductometry. First of all, acid base titration, as in the last slide we saw this example of acid base titration, because here pH was given, that is why it can be very well applicable for conductometry, as in conductometric titration, acid base titration. It can be very well be applicable for precipitation titration, replacement reaction or substitution reaction. Then it can be very well applied to redox reactions, oxidation reduction titration as well, and complexometric titrations also. Then comes, what are the factors which affect the conductivity? As we all see, as per our common sense also, we can easily judge what should be the factors which can affect the mobility of ions, mobility of charged particle. How does a current generates? Current generates when a charges move from one position to, or flow from one position to another position in a streamline motion, in a streamline direction, in a unidirectional motion of charged particles leads to generation of current, as we all know very well. So, thus what should be the factors that affect conductivity? Conductivity will be definitely affected if mobility of charged particles or charged ions get impacted. If mobility of charged particles get impacted by any motion, any hysteresis, any motion in the inside the electrolytic solution, or temperature of that particular solution, or it will be definitely affected, that current generated will be definitely affected if number of charges or number of ions, charged ions of analyte differs or changes. Number of charges changes, number of charged ions or charged particle changes, conductance will definitely change, which in turn will lead to change in voltage generation, and which in turn lead to change in the amount of generated current in amperes. Okay. So, this all will lead to a change in our result of conductometry measurements. That is why we should very well know what are the factors which should affect conductivity or conductometry measurements. Then first of all, the factor which affects is size of ions. Size of ions will definitely affect, because size of ions will definitely lead to a change in mobility of ions, lead to a change in charges of ions also. A motion of ion, motion of charged particle is overall depends upon the size of ion also. So, that is why size of ion is an important factor which would definitely change the mobility or conductance of ion, and the conductance of ion will in turn change the current generated. Then next one is the temperature. Temperature of the solution will definitely change the charged particle movement. If the temperature will rise, the mobility of ions will get affected. If the temperature will rise, they will start a random movement. If hysteresis will be seen there over there, that should not occur. So, that is why temperature will definitely affect the mobility of charged particles or charged ions. The mobility of charged particles and charged ions, what is that? The conductance. Yes, my dear, the conductance. The conductance will definitely change, which will change the generated voltage, and that in turn will change the generated current or the current measured. Okay. So, that is why the temperature is the another important factor which will change our conductivity. Then next one is the number of ions or number of charged particles. Number of ions or number of charged particles. Ions means charged particles or charged ions, charges of analytical solution or analyte. These are the number of ions or charged particles. Then next one, number of ions will definitely change the conductance. More the number of ions, more the charges, more the charges, more the conductance. More the conductance, that is directly related to what? The voltage, our electrode potential, which in turn is directly related to generated current. Yes, the generated current or generated voltage definitely depends upon the number of charges or number of ions in the analytical solution. That is why if the concentration changes, the current generated will change, or vice versa. If the current generated changes, the concentration of number of ions or charges or number of charged ions of analyte definitely changes, and this is the principle behind conductivity measurement. This is the main fundamental which we will use behind the estimation of concentration of different analytical solutions with the help of determination of generated current in a solution. Then last one is the charges of ions. Charges of ions will definitely affect the conductimetry measurements. If any ion contains 2 positive charge or 2 negative charge, then that will definitely conduct more electricity, that will definitely conduct more voltage, more electricity, that will definitely increase more conductance, that will lead to generation of more current as compared to those species, those ions which contains lesser charges, and as compared to those ions which contains more charges on single ion or single atom. So, that is why charges of ions definitely matter. Then what is specific conductivity? The specific conductivity is a conductivity offered by a substance of 1 centimeter length and 1 centimeter square surface area, and units are mhos per centimeter. We can see there. As we all know, resistance has a unit of ohm. That is why the conductivity or conductance will have a unit which is opposite to ohms, that is mhos. Okay. So, specific conductivity, then specific conductivity will have a measurement, will have a unit mhos per centimeter. Then equivalent conductivity, what is that? Equivalent conductivity is a conductivity which is offered by the solution containing equivalent weight of solute in it. Any analytical solution which contains our analyte, कोई भी एनालिटिकल सोल्यूशन अगर हम उसमें उसका इक्विवेलेंट वेट के बराबर सॉल्यूट डिजॉल्व करते हैं, उसका एक इक्विवेलेंट सोल्यूशन बनाते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ नॉर्मेलिटी, देन इक्विवेलेंट कंडक्टिव विल बी देयर, दैट इज इक्विवेलेंट कंडक्टिविटी. तो इट इज़ द कंडक्टिविटी विच इज़ ऑफर्ड बाय अ ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट, ऐसा कोई भी सोल्यूशन जिसमें उसके ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट वेट के बराबर इक्वल सोल्यूट होगा, that conductivity shown by such solution is known as equivalent conductivity. Moving ahead, as you can see there, molar conductance, this is the molar conductance, as you can see, this is the molar conductance of various ions at room temperature, as you can see, for potassium, sodium, lithium, hydrogen, silver, chloride, bromide and hydroxyl, and this is the molar conductance for them. Then comes advantages of conductometric titration. Advantages of conductometric titration, as we all have seen, the titration is very precise, very accurate, gives very accurate results. There is no need of any indicator. This can be very well useful for colored solution, dilute or turbid solution or turbid suspension can be very well known, can be very well estimated by this conductometric titration or this method. Temperature is maintained constant throughout the titration. Temperature remains constant because temperature will change the conductance of ions. That is why we should keep the temperature very well constant throughout the titration. That is one condition that is to be monitored very well. End point can be determined accurately and errors are minimized at the end point. It is being determined graphically. Plus 1.8, this is very positive point. End point can be determined very accurately, and if any errors occurs, if any errors happens, we can remove them graphically or we can calibrate them with the help of graph, our graph which is being plotted up. Applications of conductometry. Applications of conductometry include, it can be very well used, very well applied to the determination of solubility of sparingly soluble salt, ionic product of water, basicity of organic acids, salinity of sea water, that is oceanographic work, okay. Then chemical equilibrium in ionic reactions and conductometric titrations as well. So, these were, that means conductometric titration can be very well applied over the wide range of work, wide range of fields. It can be applied very well and we can get very accurate results. This is the reference. If you people want to go through it, you can refer to it. So, we can summarize it. What is the conductometric titration? Conductometric titration is a sort of titration which depends upon the measurement of generated current, which indirectly depends upon the measurement of generated voltage, and which directly depends upon the conductance of charged ions or number of ions present in the analyte. And what is that? That is, my dear, the concentration of analytical solution, analyte which is in the study or our test solution. So, that is what it means. Conductometric method is a very simple method and it can give very accurate result. So, this was the conductometric method in which you can determine your analytical solution with accurate results. I hope this conductometric titrations were very helpful and all of you understood the topic very well. Thank you all of you.